Okay.
So you told me
Yep.
that when they wear the same clothes over and over again, people lose interest. And you're doing that to the podcast. Like people are losing interest because like, oh, I've seen this episode. Dex was wearing the exact same thing.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like that guy in A Beautiful Mind. And like I'm too
Schizophrenic.
Well, I'm too smart to wear different stuff.
Right. Okay, people. The long await is over.
Finally.
The truth train had a brief stop. Let's be honest for a second. We
had to shut down and retool.
We had to shut down and retool, and we stopped at the station for a while, had some coffee, some hot dogs, and just refueled basically.
Yeah.
Put on some more coal on the tank.
The whole crew got physicals.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. IQ tests as well.
Yeah, IQ test. They all failed. Yeah. But we're back on track. Dex Carrington is, of course, joining the Truth Train. He's one of the conductors here on the train.
Yeah.
He's checking for tickets. Have people paid their sanity fee?
Yeah, that's it. A lot of people try to waive the fee.
Exactly.
It costs to be sane.
And for the people who are watching this on the YouTube, of course, you notice that we have moved locations. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all to be said.
And we've also removed a camera because one of the cameramen had to be fired.
Yeah, we shot him.
Yeah.
Basically, he was selling secrets to the communists.
He was.
Yeah, anyway.
So this is Truth Train 2.0.
Yeah. It's faster than ever. I can't hear you over the noise from the wind.
I can't hear you over the truth.
So let's be then a little bit honest here for a second.
As opposed to all the other times where we're just lying.
You told me that you're about to change your life.
That's right.
And let's be a little bit more like down to earth here.
Yep.
Honest and reveal for the people, the good people who are using their valuable time watching this.
That's right.
Listening to this. What is about to change in your life?
I'm finally ready to buy a waffle iron, but like a good one.
Right.
It's like $100.
Really?
And it's almost never on sale. It comes with like, it's a Wilfa waffle iron, 23 centimeter. It has 6 waffle hearts in it.
6? You can't handle 6.
You know, you'd think so. But I do my research on this stuff. And it even makes a noise when it's done. And it goes green when it's done. Because humans think they're capable of like gauging when a waffle is done. We aren't.
I'm looking at waffle iron prices here. You have also these waffle irons who make 2 at a time.
Yeah, but I need solo because I want them fresh.
But the price is around $20.
No, $9.99.
Yeah, but the usual price is around, like if you want to have a Mario waffle iron.
You want Wilfa.
Yeah, here's the one, 700. It makes double.
But I'm just saying, look, if you're ready to buy a waffle iron, it means the bad times are behind you.
True.
The war is over.
Because the batter is the liquid solution.
It's the glue that holds the future to the past.
Okay, but what made you... so you never owned an iron before?
No.
No.
I got one for free, and the waffles kept sticking.
Right.
And so I threw it away in a fit of rage.
Here's what I love. We haven't made this podcast for a while now. And not telling people what has happened and why the long wait and all the logistics and all the problems we had, the turtle shells that we crawled into, all the issues. Me lying, stealing, not showing up,
right?
Put in jail, running from the police, the law, disappointing friends, family, everybody around.
Yeah.
You chose to have an opener around buying a waffle iron.
Well, I mean, that's what the people want to know about. But
really?
now that they know what's going on with the waffle iron, now they're ready.
Now they're ready. Actually, yeah.
Because look, there's something about like, let's say somebody gets on stage and they go, listen, I'm going to tell you how to live your life now. Right? And then people go, wait a minute, who are you supposed to be? And they go, listen, I was in World War II, okay? I've blown up a submarine. I have a PhD in physics. I've been divorced 3 times. I have 19 children, and 10 of them are dead. Then people go, okay, he's qualified. So in the same way, the waffle iron lets people know that, okay, well, this is legit.
It's most certainly legit.
It's exactly the same. You know?
But we had to move studios because, or move the studio.
Well, I mean,
or the tanker.
Well, you briefly got into the theater business and went on the lam.
That is true. Just to give the people who used to be a fan of this podcast, if they're still here,
they all hate us now. We're talking to a whole new generation.
Yes, of young people.
Yeah.
Welcome to the manosphere. Get rich quick, people.
The real manosphere.
Yes, we are the real men.
Yeah.
Not these fake guys in Spain lifting weights, 23-year-old people who are selling you crypto investment portfolios where you don't make any money, but the money they make is from you investing in it because they get a fee from it, right? From the money you put in. They don't actually invest in it in themselves, which is quite interesting. But we are the real men. Sad, disappointed, and out of fuel.
And hopeless.
Hopeless.
Yeah.
The reason the podcast has been postponed for a while is because of the war in Iran.
Among other things.
Because we are, of course, ascending from a tanker.
I thought...
An oil tanker.
HORMUZ.
We've been trapped in the HORMUZ Strait.
Yeah, that's right. The Strait of
and
HORMUZ.
Avoiding missiles.
Yeah.
That's why, and people are like, why aren't the podcasts coming out? Because we're avoiding missiles. What's wrong with you people? Yeah, but what am I supposed to do now with my husband? Right?
Yeah.
Should I be listening to him or the podcast? Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to shoot down $20 missiles with my $1 billion Patriot system, which is running out of missiles, mind you.
Sponsored by KFC.
Yes.
And the thing is, like, your husband could never be the manosphere you need.
That would be funny if the McDonald's started sponsoring a war.
Yeah.
That would not be great. And that would be honest, too.
Taco Bell missiles.
Exactly. This missile is brought to you by Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because, like, at least we're honest about what we're doing. That's what I hate about war. Don't mind the killing and the innocent.
Yeah. Hey, oh my God, he just blew up on a mine. You mean a Crunchwrap Supreme mine?
That's true.
Brought to you by Taco Bell.
Yes,
Yeah.
A Krispy Kreme,
You mean a Cool
laser.
Ranch? A Cool Ranch grenade?
energy weapon.
That's right.
Brought to you by
Doritos.
And
Gatorade.
Exactly, because the reason we have war is because we want to have resources, but we also want to impose our business on them. Right? We kill people in the country so we can sell Pepsi Cola down there, or at McDonald's, or Taco. Like, at least, like in McDonald's, like before in Iraq, there was like Saddam. He wasn't having any American businesses. Now they can have it there.
Thank God.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
Right?
Which means we won.
Okay, maybe it doesn't change like within 10 years, maybe 20, but like down the line.
Right now you have because right now, thanks to the West, there's Sharia law.
Right.
And Doritos.
I love when they talk about like the Middle East. Well, those people down there, they never develop. Yeah, well, it's kind of a reoccurring theme. We're kind of blowing up people with sandals as they're trying to develop. Right. And then like, hey, they're, have something we want. So we just bomb them. And then they kind of go back to the Stone Age. And then like, we're like, hey, why are they in the Stone Age?
Yeah, we should bomb them until they develop.
It's like that Bill Hicks joke when Jack Palance throws the gun at the sheep herder's feet. Like, pick up the gun. Like, I don't want any trouble, mister. Pick up the gun.
Right.
You're going to shoot me. Pick up the gun. And then he picks up the gun, and then Jack Palance shoots him, and then it's like, you saw him. He had a gun.
Right.
Brilliant joke.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we've been stuck in the HORMUZ Strait.
But now... we've moved in. What's his name again? The son of Saddam Hussein, Uday. This is
And Kusei.
This is actually a room in one of Uday's mansions.
Yes.
That we're now renting.
Close friend of ours.
Yeah.
Sponsor of the podcast. Friend of the podcast. Uday and Kusei brought to you. This podcast is brought to you.
Yeah, a friend of the truth.
Yes. Saddam Hussein, he vouches for this podcast.
He does.
One of his last things he said when they hung him was he said something about the truth.
Yeah.
He was referring to us.
He was.
Of course.
Yeah.
So anyway, what's been going on since the last... When was the last episode? Was it 2 months ago? 3?
2 months probably?
2 months? Did we make one in January?
I think so. January. Yeah, maybe.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, January was the last one, I think.
Really? Yeah. I've been in theater business. Like not on stage, but I've been helping directing something.
Yeah.
Never done it before. Wrote some comedy, gave them some input.
Mm-hmm.
They gave it top marks, Mm-hmm. I didn't know I could do that.
Yep.
It's funny to find out new stuff.
But I mean, everyone in the truth industry goes on to bigger, better things.
That's what they say.
Yeah, so you're on Broadway now, thanks to the truth.
Well, I mean, it's a skip and a jump.
Yeah, it is. It is a skip and a jump.
But nothing else has really happened. I've been away for a while, been doing some stuff, doing directing, comedy, blah, blah, life, moved, all that stuff.
Right.
Now I'm here. I'm cool. I'm good.
Okay.
And what's been going on with you?
I'm not cool and I'm not good.
Why is that?
I'm just spiraling into a deeper, darker, ever worsening depression.
Really?
Yeah, for the first time ever.
Huh.
But yeah, really dark, really bad. Just hating humanity. Now let's just say, just for fun.
Yeah, hypothetical.
Hypothetically, everyone is the problem, and I'm perfect. Let's just say that was true.
Let's say that was like something that you said as like in a fake world.
Yeah.
That we're not saying that you're doing it.
Never.
We're just saying, like, let's say that was your mindset.
In Bizarro World.
In Bizarro World. That's not what you do in the real world,
No.
of course.
So let's just say everyone was terrible and I was great.
Right.
Even if that was true, I'm still going to die of a heart attack of how much I hate people. I can't breathe on a daily basis of how much I hate people. And it's really bad. Can I give an example of what I'm talking about?
Please.
So I saw someone on a podcast talking about how they were so depressed because people weren't willing to decrease their meat consumption for climate change that they were now on antidepressants. And I thought I was going to have a heart attack because the amount of just pain of listening to this stupidity. First of all, the idea that climate change, which cannot be debated, by the way, is somehow just an established fact is insane. The idea that eating less meat is somehow going to fix the world's problems. The even bigger scenario that this person sitting there believes that I have the answer. And not only that, but like I'm depressed unless everyone else does what I say, okay? And then finally they're on an antidepressant, which makes people suicidal and shoot up their local school, okay? So just me taking in all this stuff, I almost like hyperventilated and I was like, listen, I should become a mercenary. And then I started Googling, what's it called, the French Legion?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you lose your name and you lose your identity and they just whip you and like throw bricks at you and give you a gun and then you...
That's the training? You're a soldier now?
And you run around in the desert shooting randomly around you while they just keep throwing grenades at you. But you have no name and no birth certificate. And I thought maybe that's the solution, you know?
They whip you and they throw bricks at you and they give you a weapon and now you're a French legionnaire.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you only stay in the desert and you only eat like, like sort of matrix food, like amino acids. And then like whenever there's a war, then they ship you in like through the side door.
Right.
But you're ready because you've had enough bricks thrown at your face.
You can handle the amino acid.
Yeah, but like you're ready, you know?
Yeah.
So and another thing I've been thinking a lot about is like, I saw someone else who said, I hate racists. And I said, yeah, that's great. But just out of curiosity, like, what's your definition of a racist?
Yeah.
And then she gave me some sort of textbook definition, like discriminating based on this, that, race, color, all this stuff. And then I said, okay, but as an example, like, if you're critical to immigration, is that racist? And she goes, it depends. It depends on why you're critical, right?
Right.
And basically what I was able to boil it down to was that she was then, as some sort of like liberal arts major, was capable of deciding who was committing a thought crime and who wasn't.
Well, she should know.
I mean, if anyone knows, she knows. But it was basically like she was going to decide whether or not your thoughts were like approved by her, kind of thing. And then I thought, like, geez, like, okay, I should consider like starting jujitsu, right? And then like start going up against black belts right away and constantly be injured, because then I have tons of problems other than listening to her and wanting to die.
That's racist.
And
Black belts.
Oh God, listen. So I was thinking another thing is like, if you get injured all the time in jiu-jitsu, you now also have an excuse to take a bunch of peptides and steroids for medical reasons. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. But you know, it's tough out there
What did you say actually?
To who?
To me. That's what you've been up to lately. What was the information?
Oh, just hating people.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like, yes, because like compared to the other times, which you're not.
Yeah.
hating.
When I was loving everybody.
Yeah, beside like the other, like
You know
all
what,
the other.
But what I do miss dropping acid, because then you really loved everybody.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Even though it was just for a short while, and then, you know.
Yeah, I never did that stuff.
But anyway, at the end of the day, I'm the problem, okay? I'm the one who is an anti-vaxxer who believes that lizards run the world.
Yeah.
So, and also I hate vacation. I hate traveling. I hate going to restaurants. I hate going out of the house.
Right.
I hate a lot of things. And I'm the weird one. But it hurts me physically to hear people say stuff that I feel is stupid.
I was thinking, yeah.
One last thing. And then a lot of people say to me these days, like, oh my God, I'm just isolating. I can't handle people. What the fuck are you talking about? Every single thought you have is like sanctioned by the government. You believe in climate change. You're pro-vaccine. You're pro the healthcare system. You're pro-psychiatric drugs. You're pro-government. You're pro-institution. You're pro-universities. You're fucking pro every fucking stupid thing that comes out of the goddamn mainstream media television. And you're going like, I should isolate. I feel all weird. What do you feel weird? Everyone agrees with you, you moron. Try being me for 2 seconds. Okay, it's me and the reptiles. Okay,
Tried to join me and the reptiles for 2 seconds. You couldn't handle it.
Try to join my reptile anti-vaxxer party for 2 minutes. Okay, see how you do there.
Yeah, but the reptiles are the guys who are promoting the universities, aren't they?
But they're brainwashing people.
Yeah, but the lizards are the people behind the vaccines, right?
Yes.
Why are you hanging out with them?
No. Listen. I'm aware of their existence, and they're aware of mine.
Yeah, they know about you. You're the one who got away.
That's such a Jerry Springer fucking character. The lizards know about me. So that's worse than being a conspiracy theorist, because you actually believe it's all about you.
Yeah, who's following you? The lizards?
The lizards know about me.
Okay, there's many things I would like to say as a response.
Please.
To what you just said.
But that's why I come to this podcast, is to get some feedback.
Sure, okay, but you're hating a lot of people because they're pro-vax, pro-universities, pro-cross-dressing, pro-meat, not meat.
Yeah, anti-meat.
Anti-meat, plant-based food.
Yeah.
Pro-milk products or anti-milk or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Pro-hydrocortisol, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're hating these people because they don't agree with you, right?
No, it's their lack of ability to think.
To question the system.
No. Yeah, I guess. So I'm just going to say one last thing before this feedback comes on full force.
Sure, yeah.
But like, you know, they say never wake a sleepwalker. Okay?
Right.
And I feel that that's what you do with these people. If you, as an example, question vaccines, they sort of like, you're interrupting their programming.
Yeah.
In a way. So they're like, blah, 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 blah. You're not allowed to say that, you know, and all this stuff. And so I don't care what you believe, but are you able to like think, or are there like pre-approved things to believe, you know? And that's what bothers me and my lizard friends. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I would imagine that the lizards, since they're doing this scheme towards you specifically,
why don't they use that more against conspiracy people? Because they're doing this to you.
Specifically.
That's the best comeback I've ever seen to anyone expressing anti-governmental beliefs.
But they're doing this towards you. But I would imagine that the lizards are not taking any boosters or any vaccines or going to any universities, right? Because they know that that's the way to control you.
I think so.
So basically, actually, I think the lizards would like you. Because they like, hey, we respect the guy who's challenging our beliefs or evading our control system that we have got going here.
I guess at the end of the day, I just want to be part of the controlling elite.
Because I would imagine like you like Hitler and Stalin.
Yep.
They went to war with each other.
Right.
But I think if they met and had a meeting. I think, did they, by the way? You know everything about the Second World War. Did they meet?
No, they wrote letters to each other when they annexed Poland.
Right. But I think like even though they went to war and like hated each other, I think they have much more in common than people would believe. Because like, yeah, you're a crazy maniac. I'm a crazy maniac, and we both run our separate little war here we got going, our nickel and dime show.
Right.
And I think they will like each other because they have nobody has more in common than another dictator to another.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Because like even though they don't like each other, they start talking like the uprising. I hate that when that happens. Me too.
Yeah.
I hate it when people have their own opinions. Why don't they just have the same as me? That wasn't what I was thinking.
I hate it when people escape the gulags.
Yes, like I have the concentration camps. You have the gulags. Like people are evading it and stuff like that. Yeah, I hate that. We have so much in common. I didn't even know.
Where do you buy your poison gas?
Exactly.
All right.
Cyclone B, where do you stand?
I use Henry.
Yeah, I got my guy here.
Yeah.
You know, I think dictators have much more in common. Like I think a lot of the bad people in the world.
Yeah.
I think they actually like Trump because they're like, finally, U.S. got a guy who's like not a lawyer, but just like a wacko, like us.
Just a cool guy.
I think he could make much more peace by being as a dictator as he is, but not going to war.
Right.
I think he could like fly to Iran before they bombed it, of course. And he could like, hey, listen, let's just like, let's get down to business here.
Yeah, let's have an Arnold Palmer.
Like, if the goal was not having nuclear weapons, he could have flown in there and he could have made that deal. Like, listen, you want nuclear stuff for cancer research and that kind of stuff? We'll give it to you. What do you say? Open up, trade. We'll make you a powerhouse and, steal them from China, basically. Yeah. He could have done that.
Yeah.
But, didn't.
Okay. Look, I always come here to seek some psychological advice from you.
Yeah.
So I met this other person where I proceeded to say, I actually do a lot of talks on the tapering of psychiatric drugs because they actually do a lot more damage than we're told, and they're harder to get off of than we're told, and they're less effective than we're told.
In your opinion?
Well, this person proceeded to say...
Yeah, a guy said this.
I said this.
You said this, right.
And then this person said to me, I'm pretty sure it's a little more nuanced than that. And I said, hey... Everything's more nuanced than that, which you have to admit.
Sure.
In the next breath, they said, I hate everyone who opposes vaccines.
Right.
The same person who wanted me to be nuanced now makes a black and white hardcore statement. And again, my hatred is off the rails, and I'm just so annoyed by this, and I'm suffering dramatically. So how do you not get annoyed by people and what they say?
First of all, I just want to say I'm very happy you are bringing these new thoughts to the table.
I'm the king of innovation.
Like, I've never heard this before.
No, but
in these other 50 episodes that we made.
But I'm trying to put an end to it. Because I need to know.
Are you though?
How do you let it go?
Are you?
How do you let it go?
How do I? And also,
Other than the French Legion, that's the best I can come up with.
I'm in a dream right now because I feel like we've had this conversation somewhat before.
Can't be true.
Okay. Anyway, how do I cope with this? Is the question.
How do you deal with people who say things you don't like?
What I do, I take a step back, and I just say, well, that is your opinion, and I have my opinion, and I don't lose any sleep over it because the world is fucked anyway. It doesn't matter what you think. The guy with the pink shirt waving the flag and saying that, we should do whatever it is that is politically correct, and the guy who's saying, hey, the lizards are following me. They
know where I live.
I think they're both crazy.
Right.
I'm like George Carlin. He said, I'm looking at this circus show from the side.
Right.
I'm not participating in society. I'm not a part of this. You do whatever hell you want. It's the same outcome anyway.
I love what you said though about terribleness being inevitable.
Yeah.
And I think that I mentioned this to you earlier, but I think people should bring that way more into the dating scene.
Sure.
Because people are thinking, I want to find the love of my life. Like,
right.
Don't be naive. It's
right.
going to end anyway. What you're looking for is a good ex.
Yes.
What? Like, if I have children with this person and divorce them, what would that be like after the divorce?
I think I read somewhere, in the Scandinavian countries at least, it's like 42% people are getting divorced. It's almost 50.
Yeah.
It's almost 50.
Yeah.
That's why you should look for a woman or a partner.
That would be nice to divorce.
Yeah, I can see a happily sharing the stuff equally here. I think this would be a smooth transition.
I can see an amicable divorce with you.
Amicable divorce, and I think that should be the goal.
I think so too.
But these people no, I'm looking for love. No, you're looking for a person who would behave in court.
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah. Or who wouldn't make up accusations.
Exactly.
But just accuse you of the stuff you actually did.
You sit down and hey, listen, it's been quiet between us for a while now.
Yeah.
Everything is kind of dead. We eat dinner sometimes. We go on date nights, but you want to go home early. You don't want to have a glass of wine. You don't want to hang out with the friends. This is not... It seems like we're in a tough spot here. So should we continue this or should we just go in different directions? And you want a partner who's you know what? That is a reasonable thing you just said. Yes, it is kind of dead. I don't know why, but it just is. And we should go our separate ways. But we should stay friends. You know what? I will always love you. There is love here, but maybe the attraction is kind of gone.
Yeah.
And but you can keep those plants. I'll keep the TV. You keep the car, and I'll keep the thing. And the savings account will separate it, and no hard feelings.
But speaking of savings accounts, I think arranged marriage should make a comeback. You find someone else who makes a lot of money. If I was arranging a marriage, I go, you make a lot of money, you make a lot of money. Love, that's just not even part of this. This is about wealth and finding a roommate who is acceptable.
Right. Well, I think a lot of people would agree with you.
I think so too.
On the extreme side, they would.
Right.
I think having a partner or
no one's together. No one's together. I mean, someone's got to arrange something here, or this whole thing is falling apart.
Something should be arranged.
Something should be arranged by somebody.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe having it arranged as a forceful arrangement is extreme, but maybe there should be some office, the government helps people out. Listen, you've been single for a while now. We've looked at the thing. There's no you've been single. It's just single, unmarried. Listen, you're 40.
A single Gestapo agent comes to your door.
Yeah, they knock on the door.
And it's papers, please.
Papers, please.
It's you. Okay, yeah, you're too single for this society.
You're single. We've now given you a chance to fix this, and you haven't.
Right.
So the government should be now helping you out.
I would just say you have 6 weeks to get married, or we're going to find somebody for you, or you go to the camps.
Or that the government says, like, we have a list over women who are under the same surveillance
Yeah.
that you are now.
Yeah.
And we're following these women around and the men, and we're taking notes and like looking at like how we can match you.
Like these women have the same deadline as you.
Exactly.
Right.
So here's a list of women the AI computer has said that should match your description.
Pick one.
They like the animals. They love the lakes.
Yeah.
They love the wine bar. They hate the boats. They love short vacations, not long ones. Mm-hmm. They've been around the world. This one doesn't want to go anywhere. Like whatever it is, this is match. It matches you. The AI is never wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
We have numbers to prove this.
Yeah.
All hail to the Google machine that runs us.
They're under the same surveillance as you.
Yes. So that you get in a program, they put the government funds a date. Mm-hmm. You get a coupon. It's like, hey, the government sent us here to eat pasta.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We got we got the government carbonara. Hey,
but all restaurants would have sort of like a counter, like the airport, where they check your passport. But instead, they take your government voucher and run it under a scanner.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you are supposed to be together on a date. Over there, please?
Yeah, the other ones are sitting over there. The government.
In the government
forced
section.
Government date.
Yeah, in the forced government section.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you eat and it's like, but you can buy an extra glass of wine outside the voucher, but you have to pay for it.
That's true, but you also get like a list of government approved conversation topics.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, the government approved starters to help you start.
Yeah.
Right?
So, what city did you grow up in? That kind of stuff.
Answer. Just outside Vancouver.
Right. Yeah. So, but maybe both people should get their own AI to help them with the conversation.
And then it just like ask about the breadsticks.
Yeah.
Do you like breadsticks?
Yeah. These ones are pretty good.
And then the AI says, "Yeah, this is not working. Let's move on to more personal stuff."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be great.
I think so too.
Now, what happens if you date all these people and you're kind of like me, like an impossible case, and nobody, there's no connection with anybody? What happens then?
The government helps you out with it. They set you up with somebody else.
Do you get an extension?
Yeah, because the AI has a list to pick from. It's not one.
The AI knows what it's doing.
Yeah, the AI says this is number one, but I mean, between this, like this mix here of like 8 people, there will be one for you.
Right.
We are firmly would believe that.
Do you remember that there was a thing that came up in the government recently where they said if a war breaks out, we should be able to relocate people all over the country based on where the government decides we need workers. Okay? So they can just take you away from your family and you're going to be a coal miner up north and you're going to be a postman down south kind of thing.
Right.
I think that program would increase people getting together a lot, you know? Because then you're forced together in a tiny post office in an abandoned town and you have a common enemy, which is the government. I can't believe they sent us here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the government is great at matching people. So
listen, the government knows.
The government knows
what they're doing.
It should just be a bit more proactive.
Sure. I mean, you could say that about everything, basically. I mean, but the government body works, and it will help us in the end because people are not doing this. People are now dying of old age. Never date. They went on a couple of dates, but they never figured it out. Gave up.
Yeah. And hey, I guess to summarize just everything I said earlier, which is this is going to be the last podcast I really do this because now it has to stop. But it's this idea of like, I believe so many things that are classified as misinformation.
Right.
So if the government could put me on a blacklist and I was single for too long, then the AI would automatically match me with some other lizard person from the blacklist.
Yes.
And then we could go live in that, sort of abandoned part of the country.
In some terrarium somewhere. where it's always like 40 degrees. or something.
Well, yeah, because
Sandy.
they know the lizards are after us anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
They know about us.
Why is your apartment like a terrarium?
Yeah.
Maybe my wife, she's a lizard.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. That would be something.
Maybe a lizard is the way to go.
Maybe.
Listen, I'm not against it.
No.
Listen, maybe a lizard. I don't know how lizards are. Like if they're shapeshifters and stuff, they can shape into anything.
But
why? How do I care if she's a lizard? If she can shift into a human being?
No, a post-shifted lizard is just a person.
But they can go back and forth, right?
I guess.
Because in the volcanoes, when they have their meetings, secret war meetings and controlling of the world and stuff.
Where they're stroking a globe. And
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I would imagine that they shape shift into a lizard. And then when the boat brings them to shore again from the island, and Volcano Island, they're a human.
That's true.
I mean, David Icke has already revealed this.
Anyone who doesn't know about this, just go see Awaken the Lion, which is a 12-hour talk with David Icke at Wembley Stadium. Isn't that crazy that Wembley Stadium booked him?
They didn't book him. He booked it himself and sold. How many people came?
Full. It was full. It was sold out.
That's so funny.
It was sold out. It's 12 hours.
12 hours. David Icke.
That's really impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean,
did he talk about did David Icke talk about Pizza Gate and Island and then child?
No. Like he doesn't get involved
PDF files and stuff like that.
No. He doesn't get involved in like the small petty stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
It's always lizards.
Yeah.
So it's like
interdimensional stuff.
Yeah. It was like but sure you can because you know what that's like. That's like talking about okay, so an entire planet has been invaded by a morphed bee queen, and then you're getting hung up on one little pizza shop that has a weird sauce. I mean, that's not how it works. You talk about the overarching problem.
Right.
So
he's not on the petty islands.
No. He doesn't go into the petty Pizzagate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. Like we were talking about the Epstein files way before they were cool to talk about.
That's true.
And once again, though, I guess what bothers me is that why aren't people more outraged? Can you explain that to me?
Because it takes too much energy.
Yeah.
Because people have a life. They go to work. That's difficult. Waking up in the morning, it's difficult.
Requires coffee and
you have
energy.
You have to have the coffee. And then on top of it, people have kids.
Right.
Right? And they steal all the attention span that you have, right?
Right.
And so you're constantly on the minus side. Mm-hmm. And then Al Jazeera is screaming at you. The world is burning. It's like, I can't. And then they bombed everything right now. Okay. The children need food and then the job and the promotion and did you deliver the report? Did you carry the thing? Did you drive are you working with the people? Mm-hmm. And then your wife, she needs attention. We have a date night, but we don't have any money because we bought the new sofa she wanted. And then she complains to me about not making enough money because of the sofa, and then I have to buy this table, but that also costs a lot of money. So I have to have a credit card, and I haven't paid that, and the interest is too high. And the kids need braces, and they need football shoes, and they need soccer equipment, and all that stuff. And then as you lie down in the bed, it's like, fuck. And then the news app, it's like, everything is on fire. And it's just like, shit, I can't cope. And she's like, why aren't you touching me? I don't know.
When's the last time you took me on a date?
Listen, I have to go to Spain tomorrow. I have a conference.
Wow. It sounds pretty good to me, to be quite honest, because I'm noticing a lot of the people that get way too hung up on stuff like this. They're unemployed and they're single, right? They're the ones who have time to read the Epstein files.
Right.
Right. I wish that I also had 7 kids and a wife screaming at me, because then I wouldn't be interested in any of this stuff. I wouldn't have the excess energy.
I mean, it's such an easy way. I mean, it's the life you're describing. It's very easy to get.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, the screaming isn't. I mean, that happens day one, right? Screaming happens like immediately.
Does it really?
Yeah, like you one date and then they start screaming at you.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow! And then the more kids you produce, the more they scream.
It gets increased the noise.
So just more and more screaming.
Yeah, the louder it gets.
But I'm thinking either your TV is being loud or you have humans around you being loud. Your choice.
And by the way, I don't want to be politically correct here, but the men scream too.
Everyone's screaming.
Everybody's screaming. I'm not saying the women, like I'm a man, so the women screams at me.
But I scream back.
Yeah, I'm not a screamer, to be honest. I mean, if you know, I probably have in my life, of course. You know, everybody gets pushed to a limit, right?
Right.
But usually everybody is screaming.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing.
That's what a family is now.
They scream,
Right.
and,
But at the end of the day, like you don't have like it's so funny because we talked a lot about a very famous quote that came out of this podcast that people are still quoting today, right? Is don't have problems, become somebody else's problem.
right.
Right? So in the same way, like if your problem is the Epstein files, get a bigger problem.
Yes.
And that bigger problem is a family, always.
I mean, you can never beat a family.
Never.
You can never beat a family.
It's an unbeatable, infinite problem.
Because, yeah. It's not like the family is great and you have problems elsewhere.
No.
No. The family is the problem.
That's right.
And then you have small problems outside of the family.
But it makes the other problem seem smaller.
Exactly.
That's the upside of a family.
So when people say, hey, listen, I'm sorry I burned down your building. It's like, yeah, but, you know, she's mad for something else.
No,
right?
yeah.
So you have that going.
That was last week's fight.
Exactly.
And so that's why I want a family, because I want all this petty stuff that I care about to go away.
Right.
And so, you know, I'm officially putting out an invitation to anyone who wants to date an ally of the lizards.
I mean, there's probably a lot of women on the internet
Yeah?
who wants, like, looking at you and is like, you know what? I should date a tree hugger.
Hey, I would call myself an anti-vaxxer, actually.
Anti-vaxxer, slightly leaning into, you know, dark areas of the world. Thoughts, probably.
No, but that's because of the lack of family. My problems aren't big enough, you see?
Right. I think that's...
Because here's what's funny. Here's a very funny quote. And that is that people say, like, I was in a relationship and it wasn't going well. And we were stupid enough to think that having a child would solve it.
Yeah.
Right? That's not how it works.
That doesn't work that way.
You hate your life. You hate other people. Okay? You're barely handling being alive. Okay? Because everything is just so overwhelming and annoying, and Epstein files and screaming and the royal family and cocaine, and you're sober and meetings and too much. So what do? You don't look for solutions. You look for a bigger
problem.
Correct.
Should be a game show.
It should.
Welcome to
Increase your problems.
Like, this guy had a problem, but now we're increasing it to make that problem be a smaller one.
Yes. So things like you can never be problem free unless, of course, you do cocaine. That works for a limited amount of time. But then when that collapses,
which we do not recommend.
you're gonna say, which we endorse, by the way.
Yeah, we do not endorse it.
No, but seriously, you can never get rid of your problems. You can only get a bigger problem to make other problems seem smaller. So, it's kind of like surprisingly or ironically, the person with the most problems is the luckiest one. Because my problems are nothing to a married person.
Exactly.
See?
That's why you should never complain to a married man or a woman.
Or I should just, get married. Because then there's nothing to complain about.
But now you can finally talk with the real people.
What do you mean?
You have now something in common with a married man or woman.
Yes.
If you're self-married.
Yes.
If you are yourself married, now you open a new conversation door.
Wow.
Into a universe of pure darkness. And you will see a new kind of suffering that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh my God, why don't people know about history? And why don't people revision stuff? And why don't people go into the vaccine? And
why don't people love Stalin? Why?
Yeah, like stuff like that. You know, why don't they listen to Nick Fuentes? And he's my savior. Okay, sure. But if you then meet a married guy, you're like, who the fuck cares about Nick Fuentes when you have a wife?
It's true.
Who cares about history and Illuminati and lizards and volcanoes and people are stealing your life and money and then Wall Street and like
Fiat currency,
petrodollar. Who cares about invasions when you have a wife?
Yeah, and children.
Oh my God!
You know what's funny? It's like earlier. I think I don't know if it was before this recording or during it, but I said I'm gonna get a waffle iron, and you said you mean a double waffle iron. Right? That was the first.
Yes.
That was the first thing you said, and so double is equal to great stuff. And so in the same way, damn it, I lost what I was going to say. I lost it, but double something. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
I mean, I think if you double the waffle iron, you increase your chances of survival.
Oh.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but look, there's something about like you double down on all these problems, and then everything gets better. Because I would also think that your brain just short circuits at one point too, when there's just too many problems.
Yeah. I think so too.
Right?
It short circuits.
And that's what you want. That's what you want.
It hasn't happened to you yet, right? Or how would you assess?
Oh, here's what I wanted to say. Right now, as a single person, I see a therapist, right? And I get a single waffle iron. Right. But once you have a family, you get a double waffle iron and you go see a what? A couples therapist.
Right.
That's what I was going to say.
Everything is double.
Everything is double. Your problems are double. Your paranoia is double. Your depression is double. Your anxiety is double. Your sexual frustration is double.
Yeah,
your anger is double. Everything is double.
And your money is half.
Yes, your money's non-existent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your frustration is infinite. And, then you take out your frustrations on them.
And who would say no to that?
Who would? Because right now, I'm angry about small, tiny things. You know what a married guy's got going on?
Big problems.
Big ones. He's got a John Deere and a garage, right? And he almost, yeah. And his youngest daughter is in, some juvenile institution.
If your problem is a moped, his problem is a tank.
That's true. That's true.
That's the difference. You're like, oh, this moped is such a... No, but he drives a tank of a problem.
I feel like as a single guy, I'm sort of like class president of like a tiny high school in New Jersey trying to manage who gets the fish tank for the weekend.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, the married guy, he's John F. Kennedy during the Bay of Pigs invasion.
Yeah. Where he kind of got tricked by his own people.
Well, I mean, that happens all the time in marriage.
Exactly. People, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
They've learned so much.
Oh, they've learned.